Okay, Derek and I will salute in. Derek's going to do a, basically like the grab one is the same side we refer to it. Grab two would be the cross hand. Grab three would be both hands on both hands like this. So Derek's going to grab me, and there's multiple scenarios from here. Obviously, the groin kick's right there. The leg kicks are right there. The sweeps can be right there possibly. The shoulder to the head, or some crazy people are going to do the headbutts for you. See, don't assume that just because you don't want to do headbutts all the time doesn't mean that the drunk guy in the bar is going to be like, bah, and you're in trouble, right? He may be in trouble too. Maybe you both get knocked out. Maybe you're lucky and he falls down and you're up. You never know what's going to happen with a good headbutt. It's not recommended. But worst case scenario, if that doesn't work and that doesn't work and you can't get the shoulders there, and I'm going to die or get put in a van, I may want to sacrifice that, at that target. In this drill, however, what we're going to do is, like I said, there's multiple escapes. Some people just sweep out that way. We talked about elbows in other videos, or together at the same time. Typically, if I kick them as hard as I can and I hit the groin or hit the kneecap, they may just let go. We don't know. Like I said, we don't know how tough this guy is. Are they wearing a cup? Believe it or not, some people in the streets do wear cups, knowing that there's a possible attack for them to do that. What I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to pretend that I'm going to shoot in like I'm going for his legs. Now, he may give me the leg, and I may just lift it up. I'm going to lift it up right now. I might lift it up, but then I got to worry about this choke here, right? But if I drive forward and I fall where he's on the back, I can drive my shoulders into him, save my neck, and get out of that position. But typically, people aren't going to let you get the legs that easily, especially if they know a good base and a wrestling background. So I'm going to initiate as if I'm going for his leg, and he may be sprawling to get away, right? And so move the leg back a little bit. I don't have enough here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the head up, and I'm going to make sure I push my head back from here. And now he's lost some of the grip, or he may have a little bit of the grip left. It's easy for me to get this hand out, and I'm just going to come over, and then I'm going to turn this thumb so the thumb is pointed basically to the ceiling. He may not have the thumb open. If he does have it open, by golly, that's good for me, because I can break it here. If he has fingers loose, great for me. Great for me. Great for me, right? But if his fist is closed, I just want his thumb to be in the up position. And then what I want to do, he's going to bend, if he's really strong, bend your elbows and get out of it, right? And then I'm in trouble. I want to make sure he can't bend his elbows very easily, so my hips are going to push into his hips and then try to bend the elbows. Now, it's a lot harder for Derek to bend his elbows. And then it's a matter of pressure in there. If he bends the elbow, then I'm going to take this free hand here. I still want to keep control of this one. This one's going to shoot in. And now we have the C-lock. Turn this way for a second. I have his elbow into me. This hand that was cupped over is going to go over and gooseneck it here, or just put pressure and throw him down. It's a lot of moves. This is not a beginner's move, but I'm just giving you scenarios. What I want you to do right now, if it's new to you, is just do the basics. He grabs. I pretend I'm going for the legs. That gets my head on the outside here. I stand up. And then a lot of times from here, you can just break away. Okay, one more time. I shoot in. I come up. See if I can break away. Part two, grab again. Go for the legs. Bring it up. This hand, you want to try to get it out so I can grab the opposite side. Turn the thumb up. Position my hips in here, stretch his arm or her arm, and break it from there. That's step two. If you get that part, the third one is I shoot in, I bring it up, I get this hand out, I start out here, but he is strong enough that he bends the elbows. So what I want to do is, this is a free hand, I can let go whenever I want. I really don't want to let go of that right now, unless I want to get away. For this drill, I'm going to sweep it under, push his elbow into me, which is already there. He's already in that C-lock or 90-degree angle. This hand slides and crank it, or I can just continue in here. Knee to the face, kick the groin, sweep him to the floor, pound him in the back, whatever. Opposite side, he grabs it. I shoot for the opposite leg, just so I get in position to lift it up, go away. I come in, I bring it up, I get rid of this hand to grab this hand and turn the thumb up. A lot of times that will release it from this hand, right? May or may not. Doesn't matter. I don't want a gap between his hip and my hip, so I pull him and I stretch him. Then I get it here. If he gives me thumbs or fingers, beautiful for me. Make sure you get that. And then I know it's a different angle, but I go here, I come up, I get rid of this hand, I turn it, I start to go here, but he's strong. He bends the elbow. I free this hand. This is a strike here. This is an eye gouge. I turn and face him. See how I'm facing him now? This elbow should be in my chest. You still got to worry about punches and kicks and all that. This hand here is going to grab it, and then it's just a matter of cranking it. Turn this way a little bit so they can see it. It's here. Elbow to the chest so he doesn't escape it. This one comes up, and if I wanted to grab both, I can grab both. If I wanted to just turn and face him all the way, you can start taking him to the ground from there. It's a little tricky. So come back on this side, Derek, so you can see from Derek's side. Derek's going to pretend he's going to go for a leg. He lifts the hip, put the head out all the way underneath my armpit. He stands up straight. He let go of both hands. I might still have him here, but he jerks his hand out of the way. He turns my thumb up. I can't choke him. He pushes his hip into my hip to straighten me out. And now I can't bend the elbows, and he just taps me out. Good. Now he's going to do it where I bend the elbow. So it starts out the same. He goes for a shoot. He lifts up his head. He let go of one hand, or maybe already let go. Turns the thumb up. Puts pressure, but he's not quite there. I'm pretty strong, so I bend the elbow. He let go of this hand and goes through. And then he makes sure, turn this way for now. He makes sure that my elbow is into his chest. He slides this hand to my hand and goose necks to there. Now he's going to shoot for the opposite side on this side. He's going to lift his head up. He's already got the hand out, turns the thumb up, hips into mine, stretches me and lifts up. Or he goes for fingers or thumbs, obviously. He'll do that again. This time I'll bend the arm. He comes up. He tries, but I'm like, ooh, I'm Superman, right? He goes in, my elbow's in tight. He's finding that elbow position, right? I could be struggling. We might be moving around for a little bit. And we're here. Either way, even if you don't have that gooseneck against the wrist, even if they don't tap out, because it's a street fight, their adrenaline's kicked in. It hurts them. Maybe they just fight through the feet. They may have a weapon in their hand. You might have to disarm them that way. But he can let go at any point when he's behind me and go for chokes, go for throw downs, go for hard takedowns. If this is asphalt, he just grabs my shoulders, grabs my head, grabs my hair, grabs my eyes, grabs my ears. It's all about force necessary. But the main thing is without Derek now, somebody has me, I'm going to shoot for their legs. Maybe I'll get the leg. Maybe I decide to just lift the leg and sweep them. Maybe I decide to just commit to it and just go to the ground, being careful that they can guillotine choke me, right? And then once I bring the head up, I just release one hand, I grab it, and I make sure it's not in a position where it's going to choke me, so it's on the opposite side, wherever my opposite side is. Push the hips and crank it, or go through and gooseneck it. So it's hard to do it by yourself. Practice with the partner. Go nice and slow. Make sure people know we're not going to go all the way down to the floor unless there's good pads, and we're going to work from there. Derek and I will salute out. Practice that.